Hi everyone, welcome back to Out of Bounds, presented by Ghostline Entertainment. A well-deserved week off for the Buffalo Bills, but back at it this week. The bye week comes at right at the right time. The Bills, they're going to be able to get healthy right in the middle of the season. Got a nice long stretch coming up, some tough games, of course, on the back end of the schedule, and they are right in the thick of things in the AFC playoff race. How about that? 5-3 after 8 games. It sounds good, and I know the people right here at Danny's South Restaurant are very happy to hear about that. Thanks a lot for coming, everybody out there tonight. And of course, thank you to my co-host and star of the show, as always, Searcy. What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm good.
First of all, congratulations, an interception against the New York Jets. How'd that feel?
It felt real good, man. Especially for my first one of the year, to get against the Jets, it was great.
And I know you wanted to get in the end zone. You tried.
Yeah,
you tried, right?
I told the rest of the DB I think I had the best return skills out of the whole group.
Where'd you get those return skills?
Played running back in high school.
There you go. That's how you did. Now, we got Chris Hogan coming up on the program in a little while, so we'll get with him, talk about the game, obviously, last week with him, and get to know Chris a little bit. But first, got to know about your bye week, man. What did you do over the bye week?
Pretty much just slept. Had a lot of daddy-daughter time with my little girl. Watched a whole bunch of movies. I played this new video game called Destiny. I was online with Jerry Hughes pretty much the whole bye week, so that was fun.
Well, you have a 2-month-old daughter, so it's not like you can just go around the country, when you have a bye week. Exactly. But it wasn't that bad here. Obviously, in Buffalo, you get a chance to do some things. Did your wife like having you home a little bit more, or did she say, you know what, dude, you need to get out?
Oh no, she really didn't want me to go anywhere. We went grocery shopping, and she pretty much cooked the whole break, so we didn't have to leave the house. So it was great. Now
tonight you brought your daughter, and she's here tonight. She's out. Is this the first time she's been out?
No. Throughout the bye week, we took her out here and there. We actually got her ears pierced on Wednesday. It was a nervous wreck for me hearing her cry like that, but overall it was good. She's here tonight, and I'm glad to have her.
Now, did you watch any football over the weekend, college or pro?
Yes, I watched the Carolina game. I was a little upset. My Tar Heels lost.
Right.
I also watched last night. I watched Pittsburgh and Baltimore. That game kind of turned to kind of a blowout. So I ended up turning it. Just put in the movie with my wife, and we just watched the movie all for
I know you won't mind me saying this, but congratulations to our former co-host Arthur Motes. Had a sack and a forced fumble. He played a good game in that.
Yeah,
and Arthur's playing well, and we're glad to see that. And obviously not against the Bills if that happened, but it's fun to see that a guy like that enjoying so much success. What about your upcoming opponent, Kansas City, against the team you just beat, the Jets? They played. Did you watch them?
I called it the end of it. On regular TV, they just pretty much had the Miami Dolphins and the Chargers game. That game kind of turned to a blowout, so then they switched it to the Jets game. Right. So I called the end of that. But it looked like the Chiefs have a pretty good team. We're going to get prepared for them. It's going to be a good matchup.
I'm sure you'll see plenty of film on them. You don't have to watch them on TV. You'll see plenty of film on them. All right, let's talk about this 43-23 victory over the Jets. What a great way. I know you got a 24-hour rule, but we don't on Out of Bounds because it's a win and we want to talk about it. Right. It was since the last time we talked, you won the game. Big win. You guys really were in control for the entire football game. What do you attribute that to? Really, since the kickoff, you guys were in control that entire game. I just
say that contributes to a great week of preparation. The team stayed focused. My intensity level continued to pick up. We every week we go out on the practice field, hold each other accountable, just go out and get better, and it translated over to the field.
You guys had a great day on defense. Obviously, you got after both quarterbacks, Geno Smith and Michael Vick. You had a total of 6 turnovers, I believe, 4 interceptions, which was amazing. And, of course, you had one, as we talked about, walk everybody through the play. What happened on that play that you had your pick?
We was kind of in the cover 2. We like to apply some pressure to Vic. We knew if we let him just sit in the pocket, he'd either make a strong throw or he'd likely to get out the pocket and scramble. So we wanted to keep him in the pocket. We got some pressure on him. I think it was Duke Williams who got to him. He floated the ball up in the air. I seen the ball, and I just went and made a play on it.
Well, Leotis almost got in on the pick party, too. That one was called back, but that was a great athletic play. But, man, when you guys are just feeding like that, and it seems like it's almost like sharks in the water going after blood when you start to pile on. Do you sense that from the other team, that they just know that they're up against it and they're just getting desperate and throwing you guys the ball and putting it on the carpet?
I would say so. Then again, it comes to that terrific front we have with those guys like Marcel and Kyle. They always applying pressure. So as long as we can cover, they're going to get to the quarterback. And if they can't get to the quarterback, they're going to force quick throws, which allows us to get our hands on the ball.
And real quickly, on that note, you guys really did a good job, Coach Schwartz did, of rotating defensive linemen. I mean, Stephon Charles had a good game, Bryant had a good game, and you guys, they were in on all these. Jarius Wynn had an incredible game. What's it mean to have those guys rotating in like that?
It feels good knowing that even if Our front four needs a break. The guys behind them comes in, and they can play at an exceptional level. It shows we have good depth on our defensive line, so no matter who's in the game, we can apply pressure on the quarterback.
All right, we all saw the big catch by Chris Hogan a couple weeks ago to set up the Sammy Watkins game winner against the Minnesota Vikings. Chris is with us in studio tonight. I call it a studio in the restaurant here at Danny South, and he'll be with us next, and we'll talk about that play and learn a little bit more about the Buffalo Bills wide receiver. Keep it right here.
Welcome to Exterior Salon and Spa. We invite you to come in, enjoy, relax, and restore, serving you with the finest from traditional and modern techniques from around the world. Our stylists don't follow trends. They interpret and adapt cuts and colors for your individual lifestyle, while integrating the latest looks and in-hair fashion. Pamper yourself with our professional nail treatments, our European facials, or a relaxing massage. Exterior Salon and Spa. Share the experience.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Bova. Bova Family Chiropractic has been serving the Western New York community for over 20 years. Our professional staff will welcome you to a friendly environment. We specialize in acute and chronic pain for work injuries, motor vehicle accidents, and sports injuries. Full X-ray facility is on site for immediate treatment. We also provide preventative care with a licensed massage therapist on staff. Most insurances are accepted, including Medicare. Call today at 675-4134.
Skip the retailer, forget the wholesaler. Buy your diamonds where the pros buy. Come to Diamond Cutters of Western New York and see our brand new 4,400 square foot office showroom. We were the very first diamond cutting operation in Buffalo. We have the largest selection of loose diamonds in Western New York and have our own in-house custom designers. Our experienced staff can help you choose or custom create a jewelry design that fits your personal taste. Buy where your favorite players buy. Buy direct from the Diamond Cutter.
Out of Bounds is brought to you in part by Diamond Cutters of Western New York. Buy where the pros buy. Buy direct from the Diamond Cutter. Exterior Salon and Spa, the finest in traditional and modern techniques. Savor the experience. Bova Family Chiropractic, 1953 Ridge Road in West Seneca. Feel the healing hands. Stumps Gymnastics Center, 2187 Worley Drive in Williamsville. By Montebarro Heights, luxury senior apartments from the Brothers of Mercy. And by Flixtures. Visit us on the web at etsy.com/shop/fixtures.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds, presented by Ghostline Entertainment. We're right across from Ralph Wilson Stadium. Every Monday night, right here at Danny South Restaurant, you got to try their world-famous chicken wing soup on top of everything else they have on the menu. It's a great time. Come watch all the football games every Saturday, every Sunday, including your beloved Buffalo Bills. I'm Sal Capaccio here with Denoris Searcy, who has a special guest with him tonight. I'll let you introduce our special guest.
Nice guest on the show is wide receiver Chris Hogan.
All right. Woo! Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much for coming. No problem. No problem. All right, Chris, let's get right into it. Let's start off a couple of weeks ago, the big play against the Minnesota Vikings. Everybody's remembering, obviously, to set Sammy Watkins up for the game-winning touchdown. Walk us through that play. It was a little bit of a pump fake. So tell us a little bit about the route that you ran, the coverage you saw, and everything else.
It was one of those plays that we practiced during the week. Final plays kind of thing, because it was getting down to the wire there, so we had to call some plays that we were going to be able to either score a touchdown or get closer so we can put ourselves in a better position. So we called that play. Kyle had turned to me and said, make sure that you run your route and be prepared to look back for the ball quickly, because the defense was playing so deep.
Right.
So I saw the ball up in there and then just had to go make a play.
You made a heck of a grab on it too, by the way. And then the referees almost really put the screws to you guys. They spotted the ball at the 2 when it should have been. I mean, you were almost in the end zone. Did you think you were in the end zone at all for any split second?
For a split second.
You did.
I thought I might have been close, but then I realized I was just short.
Well, luckily for you, though, you did have a touchdown a couple weeks before that. Your first ever, I believe, in the National Football League. Congratulations against the Patriots. Obviously, the team came up short in the end, but that was a touchdown to help the team get back into it. And tell us about that play a little bit.
Again, Kyle was. We were down in the red zone, and Kyle saw something from the defense, and he actually checked out of the call that we originally had. One of those plays where the defense was kind of in an all-out kind of situation and coming after the quarterback. So he called a play where he can get the ball in his hands and get it out quick. And one of those things. I got open and got my first touchdown.
That had to feel good. Denoris, you scored a couple last year. Obviously, you know that feeling, even from the defensive side. But it's interesting when Chris is talking about Kyle checking out. I know Kyle checked out of the 2-point play in Detroit as well that wound up working. How much checking out goes in the defensive side, Denoris? Like, you have a set call. How much is predetermined by personnel and formation on the other side then once before the ball snap?
I would say it depends on who we're playing, because sometimes we have 3 calls built into one play. So it all comes down to formations or any tendencies we may get. So we may get a certain formation, and if we have the green light to check to it, then we'll get to it. It's kind of like getting to the perfect defense to defend that specific route or specific play at the time.
And then actually I'll credit one of our members here that's from the Buffalo Bills Boosters Club, asked me a question that I knew the answer, but I want you to tell people what happens on the sidelines when you're getting all these numbers, 21, 12, and personnel. Because it's funny, if you're at the game, you see a coach holding up numbers, and people are like, what's going on? Can you explain that to the people out there?
This is letting us know that as a defense, let us know who's in the game at the time. So, I mean, certain numbers represent certain groups. Like, you may see a certain numbers that represent they have 3 receivers in the game, or 2 tight ends, or they have 2 running backs, or 2 running backs and a tight end. So it just depends. So you just got to know the cards. So you see 12, 22, 1 running back, 2 tight ends, stuff like that. Right. And that'll tell you whether or not you should be on the field or off the field and stuff like that, right? Sometimes, or the personnel will help you alert for like what may come out of this personnel group. So they may have their 3 best receivers in, and it might alert for a pass, or you may see they have 2 heavy tight ends in for run blocking that'll help alert you for a run.
Last week, 43-23, big victory over the New York Jets. Obviously, Chris, it was another coming out party for Sammy. He's had a few of them this year as well. What's it like playing this receiving core? Not just with a guy as talented as Sammy, but really Robert and Marquise and yourself. This is one of the, I'd say, deeper receiving cores in this league.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're young, and there's a lot of talent in that room. Sammy's a guy that obviously you can only hope he's just going to get better and better. And he's obviously showing that rookie of the week twice, and twice in 1 week. Or back to back.
And rookie of the month, he also
rookie
won.
of the month,
right?
Robert is a great receiver. Marquise, Mike. I mean, we got a great room. Great room.
And obviously, Sammy learned a little bit of a lesson as well, slowing up, and I know he got a little bit of that from everybody, including Coach Marone, but luckily you guys scored on the drive, so it didn't wind up hurting anybody. All right, we'll take a timeout. We got some interesting, fun questions to ask Chris, because believe it or not, here's a young man that went to college not to play football and wound up playing both sides of the ball in college. What's that all about? We'll talk with Chris Hogan when we come back next at Danny South Restaurant here on Out of Bounds. And welcome back to Out of Bounds, presented by Ghostline Entertainment. Chris Hogan is here with Denoris Searcy and Searcy. See, I keep doing that. It's Searcy. You corrected me to make sure. It's Searcy. We want to make sure we get that right. Yours is easy. It's Hogan. Now, we should know you because you are like you're like the Bo Jackson of college sports of the 2000s, because you did not go to play football in college. You went on another scholarship to Penn State University. Tell everybody about it. What did you play?
I played lacrosse for 4 years at Penn State.
Lacrosse for 4 years, and I'm going to tell you, this was one of the best lacrosse players in the country when he was getting recruited by all the schools. You were a all-state selection. I think you were an All-American actually in lacrosse, right? Yep. What was that process like? Because you were also a very good football player.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a crazy time coming out of high school. You know, I was the first of my family to go to college, so my parents really, you know, they weren't really sure what to do with the whole recruiting thing, and you know, they pretty much, you know, were supporting me whatever, you know, I wanted to do. You know, so I was a pretty decent lacrosse player coming out of high school, and you know, at the time I thought that maybe I was a better lacrosse player than a football player, and you know, ultimately ended up choosing lacrosse.
But Chris, you got the best of both worlds, and it's great. It worked out great. Yeah. You had a great college career in lacrosse, and then you made it to the NFL. And that's amazing, right? When you think about it.
It wasn't my, you know, what I wanted to do at first.
Right.
That's what, you know, I'm glad.
We have a team by the way called the Buffalo Bandits here. You ever think about playing for them? You can go indoor. Play a little indoor lacrosse, right? You ever see these guys? They're crazy, right? With these sticks. You ever play lacrosse, Denoris?
Well, actually, I used to play a lot of sports, but not. I used to go to a lot of them, like practice, especially at Carolina. I used to go play baseball with the baseball team.
They have a good lacrosse team.
I used to go play lacrosse with the lacrosse team.
Okay.
I used to play field hockey with the field hockey girls. I used to go to the gymnastics and flip on the mat and everything. I just wanted to see what every athlete does. So especially in the springtime when all we was doing just lifting weights, I used to go around to all the like different teams and just participate in the practice.
If you could have chosen one and left football and had to choose one other one, which one would it have been? Baseball. Yeah, you were a good baseball player. I know that. All right. So people know the NCAA changed the rule several years ago that if you used up 4 years in one sport, you could play another year, I think, in another sport or in the same sport.
Yeah, well, I actually had a redshirt year. I actually got hurt my sophomore year, so I had another year of eligibility left.
But you had to transfer to another school to do it.
Right.
So tell us where you went and how ultimately played out for you.
So I had the year. I went back to my, got some old high school films, my old highlight tapes, and started sending it out to a bunch of different colleges. I actually contacted my high school coach, and he put in a couple calls and. Almost ended up going to Syracuse, which would have been interesting.
Yes, would have been great.
But
would have loved to have you there.
Ended up at Monmouth University in New Jersey.
That's amazing. So you played home near your hometown.
Yep.
Right, and that must have been fun for mom and dad too.
Yeah, it was only an hour and 20 minutes away from home, so it was nice being down there.
That's excellent. All right, we're gonna put you on the clock with Denoris here. Denoris has some fun, interesting questions for you. Let's see how you answer this.
Questions. All right. Being a two-sport guy, which sport would you say has the better athletes, football or lacrosse?
Lacrosse.
Wow, Denoris, you gonna take that? Lacrosse.
Well,
you know what? Listen, let me just say this real quick. There are not a lot of guys that I don't think can pick up a lacrosse stick and use both hands and run with it and everything.
Right.
So I'm sure that a guy like yourself could pick up a lacrosse stick and do it.
Only because I did a little bit of it in college. But my first couple of days out there, I was either overthrowing it or I was letting it go too late and it was hitting the ground. But I mean, that's a lot of running. Like football, at least in between plays, we get like 45 seconds to catch our breath. These guys run the whole game, and I can't run the whole game.
All right, and then number two.
All right. There's a famous comedian named Chris Hogan.
Did you know that?
Did not.
There is.
In your opinion, who is your favorite comedian?
I would have to say either Kevin Hart or Jim Jeffries.
Jim Jeffries, what's he in? What does he do? Stand up?
Yeah, he does stand up.
Okay.
He's he's really funny. You guys should check him out if you've never.
All right, now we're gonna find out how much you know about yourself, Chris.
Right. Okay. When you was playing lacrosse, how many career goals and assists did you have at Penn State?
Career goals and assists at Penn State, how many?
I want to say that I had 56 goals and 30 assists.
Close on the goals.
Close on the goals.
Now they must have tallied the assists wrong, I think.
Yeah, I had to have at least had some. Oh, okay.
57, right?
7 goals.
And 14 assists only is all they gave you. We're going to have to go back and check the statisticians,
we might have
right?
to, might have to go check that. I think I dished it around a little more than that.
We have to wrap up the segment, but real quickly, I did tease it. You played You played both sides of the ball at Monmouth.
I did.
You went there as a defensive back?
Yeah, well, I originally was going to play receiver,
Okay.
and then they asked me to play defensive back as
And then
well.
what happened there? You were just so good that they said we have to put on both sides?
Yeah, just I was a situational guy on offense and played a lot of defense.
Pretty cool. I know Denoris wishes they would do that in North Carolina with those guys, right? He would have played both sides of the ball. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, what is it like to be on Hard Knocks? And does Chris Hogan think maybe the Buffalo Bills would enjoy that experience? We'll talk about that when we come back with Chris Hogan on Out of Bounds.
Skip the retailer, forget the wholesaler. Buy your diamonds where the pros buy. Come to Diamond Cutters of Western New York and see our brand new 4,400 square foot office showroom. We were the very first diamond cutting operation in Buffalo. We have the largest selection of loose diamonds in Western New York and have our own in-house custom designers. Our experienced staff can help you choose or custom create a jewelry design that fits your personal taste. Buy where your favorite players buy. Buy direct from the Diamond Cutter.
Welcome to Exterior Salon and Spa. We invite you to come in, enjoy, relax, and restore, serving you with the finest from traditional and modern techniques from around the world. Our stylists don't follow trends. They interpret and adapt cuts and colors for your individual lifestyle, while integrating the latest looks and in-hair fashion. Pamper yourself with our professional nail treatments, our European facials, or a relaxing massage. Exterior Salon and Spa. Share the experience.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jeffrey Bova. Bova Family Chiropractic has been serving the Western New York community for over 20 years. Our professional staff will welcome you to a friendly environment. We specialize in acute and chronic pain for work injuries, motor vehicle accidents, and sports injuries. Full X-ray facility is on site for immediate treatment. We also provide preventative care with a licensed massage therapist on staff. Most insurances are accepted, including Medicare. Call today at 675-4134.
Out of Bounds is brought to you in part by Diamond Cutters of Western New York. Buy where the pros buy. Buy direct from the Diamond Cutter. Exterior Salon and Spa, the finest in traditional and modern techniques. Savor the experience. Bova Family Chiropractic, 1953 Ridge Road in West Seneca. Feel the healing hands. Stumps Gymnastics Center, 2187 Worley Drive in Williamsville. By Montebarro Heights, luxury senior apartments from the Brothers of Mercy. And by Flixtures. Visit us on the web at etsy.com/shop/fixtures.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds, presented by Ghostline Entertainment here at Danny South Restaurant. Come by on a Monday night and watch us tape the show. Now, you're watching this on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel right now, but you can come by on Monday night and watch the show live, or just go to our Ustream link and you can see how it looks right there. This is live, the raw feed going over right now. Check my Twitter, Sal Sports, and you can click the link right there. Every Monday night I send it out, and you can bookmark it and come back and watch. Wow, see how we look here. Now, I gotta ask you a question, Denoris. Have you changed a lot since college, like how you look?
Absolutely.
This is what Chris Hogan looked like in college. What do you think? Does he change a lot? I don't know. Here. Look at that. The beautiful hair on this guy, right? Most of us lose our hair as we're getting older, Chris. This is amazing.
That was the lacrosse flow.
Is that the lacrosse flow? Is that what it is? You had a helmet and it still didn't bother you,
If
right?
you go to my college pictures, my hair is all over the place. Like one picture I got a fro, another picture.
I think it's
my
more
hair's
amazing
spiky.
that Penn State still has your lacrosse bio up.
That's
right?
That's a freshman year photo.
That's where I got that from. So you have a unique experience that really, I can't think of many other Buffalo Bills have had this. You've been on Hard Knocks. You were actually kind of a star of Hard Knocks when it came to Miami because you were one of the guys they were following. And of course, you earned your famous nickname for a few years, 7-Eleven by Reggie Bush, because of that. What was Hard Knocks like? And do you think that's something that you'd like to go through again, or was it good or bad for your football team?
It was a cool experience for me. Obviously, because
exposure.
obviously I had all that exposure, and I didn't have a lot. People didn't really know who I was.
Right.
Coming out of college and in the NFL. So for me, it was a great for me. It got my name out there, and people got to see who I was a little bit. The Hard Knocks thing as a whole was a fun experience. For the team, at first it's a little annoying with the cameras all over the place, and you kind of have to. Watch what you say. Or,
It's HBO. They're not going to edit it out.
Exactly.
They're going to want to get that stuff in there, right? Would you want that, Denoris, if they came? Because honestly, the Bills are a rumored team that could happen to at some point in the future.
I think it would be great. It'd be fun just for everybody around the NFL to see the type of characters we have on our team. Have the tape of Hard Knocks be filled with laughter. Because we got some guys that'll keep you laughing all day. So I think it'd be fun.
Chris, what do you like to do when you're away from the football field?
Well, let's see. I like to spend a lot of time with my fiance.
Okay,
she,
awesome. Congratulations. Didn't know that. Very nice.
Yeah, she doesn't live here with me because she's currently in medical school. So
nice.
We we spend a lot of time together. Do some things. Like to travel. Like to go places, whatnot.
Have you set a date? Do you know when you're getting married?
We haven't yet.
Okay, that's.
But
all
we're
right.
thinking next July.
Okay, does she come up to Buffalo to
She
visit,
does.
go to games, things like that?
Yeah. She comes up to every game that she come up to.
Okay.
She tries to make it to most of them. So.
How do you like Buffalo? How do you like being here? How do you like living? You've been in different NFL cities, obviously. You've been around, but how do you like living here?
Love Buffalo. I mean, this team and this city and just the atmosphere, on game days is like nothing I've ever.
It's amazing, right?
Like nothing I've ever seen before in like NFL stadiums. And I've been in a couple of different teams, and I think my first game here was a Thursday night game against Miami. And I was blown away by the tailgating and the fans and everything. It was. Is
it special for you to go play Miami because this year, just in a few days from now, really, we're going to go down there again?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Love. It was sweet beating them last year twice, and hopefully we keep that going.
Now I promised Norris I wouldn't ask him about this a lot this year, but we are in the bye week. It's halfway through. You are in your contract year. We'd love to have you back in Buffalo. Any news to report at all? And would you like to stay here in Buffalo?
No news at the moment, but I definitely wouldn't mind staying in Buffalo. I love it here.
Now, what about your wife, Kiki? You guys like living here? You have roots here? You have your family here? What do you like best about this city?
Just the people. It's very family-oriented. Everybody around here loves you. They cheer for you nonstop. It's always good places to eat out here, so that's a good thing.
Well, one of the teams that has come to Buffalo recently that's not even in the division is the Kansas City Chiefs. I think we play them every year, it seems like. They've come up here the last couple of years. And I'll say last year, I think, safe to say you guys pretty much dominated them, and it was unfortunate. The pick six went the other way after, Stevie slipped at the goal line, and they picked it off and went the other way, and they scored the touchdown. This is a team that comes in at 5-3. You're 5-3. Yeah. So Jamal Charles, Dwayne Bowe, Alex Smith, what's going to be like going against these guys?
Oh, it's going to be fun. This is the NFL. Every week is tough. Every week is competitive. We just got to go out there and focus on us. Just like I said, our level of focus and intensity has to keep rising as a team, and just go out there and just play together.
Chris, you've been here now for a couple of years. You've seen it last year when it was getting to the point where you kind of knew you were out of it. Do you sense it a little bit different, that everyone is more focused maybe because you are in the position you're in?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I think this team right now is focused, and coming off this bye week, we got well-needed rest, and I think going into the second half of this season, I think we're gonna try to amp this thing up a little bit.
Absolutely. Looks like hopefully Marquise will be ready to play, and hopefully Robert will be ready to play. And let's hope Fred's ready to play. That'd be great. The guy, this is Superman, right? I mean, Fred Jackson it's unbelievable.
That's Wolverine, man.
He's a Wolverine, right? Is that his name? Wolverine?
He heals fast.
Chris, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you very much. Denoris, great show. Okay, thank you very much.
Always.
Once again, Danny South Restaurant on Monday nights. Come out here. Want to thank Excurria Salon and Spa, Diamond Cutters, and Shea Vans Dry Cleaning and Tailors. All these people helping us make this show possible for you every week here on Out of Bounds. Thanks a lot to all you people for coming out. We'll see you next week after a big win against the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm sure.